Greetings, pilot, and welcome to Lucrass Kelvac's review. Today we're looking over Fracture Space, a sci-fi real-time strategy space sim and MOBA game, which stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. This is a rare gem and honestly one that needs some polishing, but is no doubt one of the lesser-known, truly decent free-to-play games. Admittedly, the game does have microtransactions, however, they never really seem to get in the way nor seem to be necessary to progress with the game naturally, so don't worry, you can earn everything in this game by simply playing the game. The game uses three forms of currency: platinum, credits, and DNA. Credits are the main form of currency that you can obtain by completing missions, and used to purchase a wide variety of items in the game, from ships to upgrades to store items like crew pods and crew implant pods. You can even purchase DNA with credits. DNA is used to purchase crew implants, and you can obtain a new crew member through a crew pod. DNA is then used to generate that crew member from the crew pod. Platinum is a secondary currency that you use to purchase ship skins, as well as purchase most things that you can purchase credits with. However, there are three ways you can obtain platinum. You can earn platinum through player levels, drop pods, and through daily assignments, as well as you can simply purchase platinum through real money. The actual gameplay is considerably fast-paced for a space sim, and positioning is everything. Understanding how to utilize the abilities and weapons of your ship to maximum effect is paramount to success. There really is no one ship that beats all in this game. Get too cocky with an attack vessel low defense, and you'll pay the consequences. This game is really easy to get into. Unlike with most space sims, the learning curve is quite narrow, and you can just as easily jump into Fracture Space like you could any first-person shooter. Obtaining ships and upgrades is surprisingly easy, as earning credits really doesn't take that much time. There's also a level system in this game, however other than crew levels, I haven't found that this does much other than count up a number. Perhaps that will change in time. The ships are significantly diverse enough that understanding the roles of each ship is very important. That being said, if you're unsure how a particular ship plays, the game actually provides a ship guide button in the hangar area that you can review before purchasing a ship. There's also a tryout button that allows you to face off against bots and test out ships and upgrades and still earn a minimal amount of credits while doing so. This provides a very rewarding experience. Currently, there are two different game modes in Fractured Space: Frontline Mode and Conquest Mode. When playing in PvP, you can customize your join options and choose which game mode you want to play. However, in PvE/quick play, you can't. This makes absolutely no sense to me as to why they would design it this way, and I do hope they allow for custom selection for PvE later on. At any rate, both game modes are fun and easy to play. Frontline Mode is more fast-paced, domination-style gameplay, and you have two forwarding bases, one for your team and one for the opposing team, as well as three mines which increase your resource gain and allows you to upgrade your ships. Upgrades are broken up into three basic groups: attack, defense, and utility. Attack, as it sounds, increases the damage output of all your weapons and increases the repair rate of your repair abilities. Defense simply increases the armor and hull strength of your ship, allowing you to soak up more damage. Utility increases the energy pool and regeneration rate and also decreases the cooldown of all of your abilities. Do note that ship upgrades obtained mid-match are not permanent on your ship and are only for that particular match. The primary objective in Frontline is to take the enemy base or run out the timer until sudden death, then destroy the opposition. Different strategies can be applied here, and understanding that sometimes you have to sacrifice a ship or two for success is important. For an example, if you have lost all three mines and the enemy is dug in well enough that you're having a hard time taking them back, you can send a couple ships to their base and begin backcapping. This will force the enemy to jump back to their base and deal with you, else lose the game. Meanwhile, you can send a couple of ships to the mines that they are no longer occupying and take them for yourself. However, remember, using such tactics like waiting out the timer until sudden death can be dangerous, as once sudden death activates, ships can no longer repair from forwarding bases nor respawn, so having a repair ship and keeping it alive is advantageous in these moments. Conquest Mode is far slower paced when compared to Frontline, and in my opinion is more interesting to play between the two. In Conquest Mode, you have 5 sectors which you engage in: Alpha, Beta, Home Base, Enemy Base, and Gamma. The objective of this is quite similar to Frontline's, however it takes a bit more work comparatively. In this game mode, you have to take an enemy forwarding base in either Alpha or Beta in order to gain jump access to the enemy base. Depending on which forwarding base you take will depend on which side of their main base you have access to jump to. Be wary though, jumping to the enemy base is not only a problem when dealing with enemy ships, however the base itself has turrets that engage you, so be sure to take out the station's turret generators to reduce the damage you are taking while attempting to cap their base. There is also a secondary objective known as Gamma. This is a sector placed in the center which both teams can fight over. If you manage to cap Station Gamma after it unlocks, your team is given a buff that increases damage, defense, and utilities, as well as increased refire rates and energy regeneration rate. However, if your ship is destroyed, you lose the buff. The buff is also on a timer, so it will run out after a while, so make sure to take advantage of this as soon as it becomes active. Furthermore, Gamma locks and unlocks multiple times throughout the match. Once it unlocks for the third time, also known as Gamma 3, it gives you a direct jump solution to the enemy base, even if you have not capped enemy forwarding bases. Also note that once a team has begun to cap your base, whether you are in Frontline or Conquest, the cap percentage never goes down. So be mindful of this when allowing the opposition to run amok on your base for too long. Now this is still in its development process, so not all aspects of this game are fully implemented yet. However, one of its saving graces is how active the development team is with the player community. They even have their own Discord server, which you can find the address to by simply jumping in-game and clicking on their Discord link in the main lobby area. I've had the liberty of chatting with the developers in the Discord chat only a few days prior to joining the game. I've even spoken to some of the developers in-game, as like the Warframe devs, they actually play the game. This game boasts great reviews on Steam, however despite its reviews hasn't really shown up on anyone's radar. It was only by chance that I happened upon this game, which in my opinion is a shame due to the fact that it seems like a very good game. Of course the game can eventually get rather repetitive as they only really have two different game modes, both allow PvP and PvE combat. For the most part, the community seems rather easy to get along with. I've only had one bad experience with another player who was trashing his team for not knowing much about the game, despite the fact that 3 of his teammates were brand new to the game and had just joined that day. Graphically, this game is absolutely stunning and very well optimized. I have an Intel 25K 3.3 GHz processor overclocked to 4.3 GHz and a GTX 970 FTW+. I was managing frame rates in the high 70s, low 80s during combat and frame rates in the 110 to 120 ranges out of combat. This is all of course in ultra settings, so you should have no problem playing this game with moderately upgraded PCs. The particle effects are very impressive, however one of the things I found most impressive were the sounds. I absolutely love the sounds they chose for the different weapons in this game. It's very visually and audibly appeasing. All in all, the game is easily worth the price tag of $0.00. Granted, if it were charging money up front, I would probably rate this game at a $5 to $10 game. The fact that it's this satisfying and free to play makes it all the more worth grabbing. The game barely takes up any actual hard drive space, taking up maybe 7 or so gigs, thus making it a quick download and a great game to kill time with. I feel like it has a lot of potential to be realized, and I sincerely hope they manage to get the funding they need to realize that potential. I feel like this game can become an instant classic that everyone flocks to in the near future if they just add some new features and game modes later on. As always, thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more videos, and that'll be all. Take care, Pilot.